Hey everybody, welcome back. Today's the day. We're finally here. I finally got enough stuff done outside. I'm ready for winter, I hope. We get to work on the WC. Where we left off was the nose cone on the starter broke off, and the Bendix was just kicking out crazy like wherever it wanted to. Once in a while, I think twice I got it to engage enough to start the tractor before I found that the nose cone was broke. So anyway, I went to our local dealership, ended up having to order a starter, kind of a custom built deal. So it's a WC tractor with a D17 combine engine, or a combine engine, which essentially is a D17 engine. It still runs the WC type starter. But they didn't have a WC starter in stock. What they had was a CCA starter in stock, which physically is the same, but the only difference was the gear on the Bendix was different. Had a different tooth count on it, so it wasn't going to fit the flywheel. So the dealership has a guy that rebuilds their starters and generators, and so he put together a CA starter with the correct gear on the starter. And then he also made it a 12 volt. So it's no longer a 6 volt starter, it's 12 volt. So hopefully we won't have any more problems breaking the nose cone. So let's see. I've had the tractor now 7 weeks. I believe it was 5 weeks ago I ordered the starter. It's now been, 2 weeks since I got the starter? I know I said hopefully last week I was talking about if I could get my yard work, outside stuff done for winter and storm cleanup, that I'd get in here. It didn't work. Plans change. I still had more work to do. I just got done doing a little bit more cleanup, more tidying up, just to make the place look nice. So now we're going to put the starter in and see if this thing will start. So let's move over here to the bench, and we'll take a look at the starter and get it set up to put in. Okay, like I said, here's the starter. You can put a sticker on it. It's been converted to 12 volt. It's Delco Remy starter. He put his own number on the tag. It has the hole here for the big set screw, which I'll show you here when we get back over to the tractor. So that's the same. Like I said, the gear was the same on the Bendix, or different on the Bendix from a CA to a WC. Physically, they're the same. It's just this was the difference. So I guess all we have to do right now is put the starter solenoid on, which, like I said, we bought brand new. Let's see, the thing goes this way. That's right. And I don't know about the rest of you, but come on now. Here we go. Play nice. I don't know about the rest of you, but I haven't really touched any of the tools. I mean, I've come and grabbed tools to work on other projects, but this thing is not cooperating, is it? There we go. Use the tool, silly. So, like I was saying, we haven't touched this thing. I've got tools and parts laying around. I wasn't sure where the solenoid was, and then the screws right here, they're sitting in a different spot. I didn't know where those were at. I kind of had an idea, but it's been 5 weeks since I took this thing apart, so it took me a while. It took me a little bit to hunt the parts down. And if you don't remember, this is a brand new starter solenoid because I thought the other one was making minimal contact, and that was my problem. So for 15 bucks, I thought, well, I'll replace that and we'll be good to go. So swap them out, put the new one on, hit the starter, and I had the same problem. And you know, that's when I finally decided to take the starter out. There we go. So that's snug. That's snug. That's going to sit in the tractor about like that. The starter rod's going to hook to this, and that'll hit it and engage it. So that's good. And well, sorry for the mess, but this is what my daughter calls my 90-year project. And the wife and I aren't sure if this means that it's going to take me 90 years to get this. This is for parts for a Moline R. I don't know if she meant it was going to take 90 years for me to do it, or I'll be 90 years old when I get done with it. I'm hoping this year I get the engine put together. So, as you can see, we got pistons. Let me move the box. Oops. There we go. Got the cylinder blocks here. I got the pistons there. Got most of the stuff cleaned up. So, anyway, let's get back to the starter. We'll get it on the WC and see if she'll fire up. Okay, we got the starter. I'm going to slide her in. I want to show you a problem I just found. So the starter fits, but over here, this here, that little clevis is supposed to go onto this here. So that means the nose cone is clocked, the nose cone is clocked the wrong way, because the starter solenoid needs to be on this side of the starter. So it looks like if I undo these two bolts here, I should be able to rotate the nose cone, put it back together, and hopefully it'll work. All right, let's give that a try. We'll go back to the bench. There we go. Boy, that thing's heavy. Okay, again, here's the two bolts. They run all the way through the case, or through the body of it. They come out right there. It's the way the starter needs to lay, but I need this over here, like that. So I need to get this loosened, rotate it down, and hopefully it'll fit this time. Isn't that always the problem with what they call custom stuff? So I'm not blaming the guy at all. He didn't have my starter. Oh, there we go. Didn't have the starter, so he had no way of knowing. I mean, maybe that's the way a WC is supposed to be set up. Okay, I got those loose. All right, they're both out. There's a little dowel pin right there. So now I can rotate it. No, I think I'm done for. Because that has a little dowel pin. There's a little hole right here that dowel pin sits in. But there's no provision for the dowel to go into. All right. brother, I think I'm in trouble. Yeah. There's the hole. There's alignment pin. I don't know if you dare take that pin out because that's what lines everything up. All right, well, I guess I go back to the dealer and try and figure this out. See what recommendations they have. So, all right, yeah. I guess I'll load this thing up and go find out. Hang on tight. Still hanging on? Okay, we're back. So I ran down to the dealership. What I wanted to do is right here. Let's see. No, that's the screw. So right there, there's a hole for a stud, a guide pin, and because there's no other holes on the other side, I wanted to just double check because I haven't done this before. I thought I was going to be able to just clock the nose cone, and you can't because there's no other holes. So the parts guy, he was on board with it. I said, yeah, just and same thing I thought. We'll just clock it. We'll mark it. I'll drill a new hole for that guide pin, and we'll bolt it together, and it should work. So let's get this apart, and we'll rotate it and make a mark, and we'll drill a hole. So what are you guys working on? Leave something down in the comments. Let me know what you're up to. Oh, I don't want to lose that. There, I'm gonna leave that in. So now, rotate it. Come on now, where you got? Okay, that's back on. Okay, I have the bolt started, finger tight, up to the guide pin, just right there. So, well, that's smart. So, trying to use a black Sharpie on a flat black paint, that wasn't going to work at all. So, scribe a mark right there. Got that. Take the bolts back out. Slide the, oh shoot. That's no bueno. Just pulled that out of the brushes. I'll have to line the brushes back up and put her back together. Alright, we're not going to worry about that right now. See what size hole. I have no idea what size that is, because it doesn't have a home in this index. Still too small. That's the money maker right there. A little dirty, but okay. So that's the size we need. I need one for a pilot hole. That'll work. Okay, let's get set up on the vise and get that hole drilled. Okay, so right there, I already punched, center punched where I want my hole. Use a pilot bit. Make sure I'm fairly straight. Okay, there's a pilot hole. And then here's the drill bit that fits that size. So we'll put that right there. Well, I'm not sure. Well, that's just barely gonna fit, isn't it? Maybe I got too big of a bit. Go down one size. Alright, so I know that fits. There's a little bit of slop, but I might have punched my hole too far to the outside edge. So I'll cheat a little bit. There we go. All right. Oop. Sorry about that. All right, let's take it back over to the starter. Okay, back at the bench. Stand that up. So this here needs to be on my left. And this needs to be facing down. So we could see if that pin lines up right now. It does. It does fit. That's the new one. So line this up. Get that on the shaft. Let's see, where's our pin? Drops right in. So far, so good. We can get our bolts to line up. Yeah, I think we got it. Get that out of the way. If that's gonna work, we'll tighten her up. We'll set you guys up back over at the WC. Okay, what else? Oh, we got to put the solenoid back on. See, and that's got to go that way. See if we can get that in there. Not cooperating again. Big fingers, little screw. We'll make it work anyway. There we go. There's one. Rotate that back up. Seem to be having some technical difficulty. Technically, it's me. But all right, there we go. Snug that down. Oh, bumped the camera again. Tighten that one up. Okay. So push on the rod, it'll push that and engage it. Your battery cable will be right there. That's on the left. That's on the bottom. That's where our bolt is going to go in to lock it into place. We're all set. All right, let's move over to the tractor and we'll try this once again. Okay, coming around the other side. Here we go. Lining that up. Okay, that's set in. I'll come back over here and see what you guys can see. So let me raise this up a little bit. Right about there. Okay. So this here, it's going to go in that hole right there. And it's going to go, this is going to lock into the starter in through that hole, and then we'll use this jam nut, unless it's already set to the right depth. Give it a try. And we'll have to wiggle that starter around a little bit to make sure that if it doesn't line up, otherwise it'll self-align itself to a point. No, not having any luck. So there's the hole. I'm gonna turn it in a little bit. Try that again. All right, let's try something different. Get that out of the way. There's our hole. I'm eyeballing right through that hole. Give myself a different perspective on the angle. I thought. Good grief, what am I looking at here? Come out so easy. Comes out easy and don't want to go back. Rocked it up too far. All right, let me get something. Let's see if I can't. I can't get that in there either. Let's see. Something else. Something shorter. I think that's it. Try it again. Still not lining up right. Boy, it's not being kind. I'm gonna go get a light. I'll be right back. Okay, got a light. Seems I got the starter in a little too far, too deep. Jiggle that out a little bit, rotate it down. All right, there we go. She fits now. Okay, we'll get rid of the light. I don't need that now. Let's see. There's that wrench. So this is going to finish lining up the starter. How far in it should set and whether it's rotating up or down. Carefully, we don't want to scratch any paint. We'll get that jam nut turned. So we don't want nothing backing out on us. There we go. Get rid of those. Okay, what's next? We'll hook up the tower first. Get that nut off. Get that one. Get that one. Let's see, that's backwards. Let's get that battery cable on first. Like that. Let's put those on. Okay. So the battery is disconnected. Otherwise we might be seeing a little spark show. Okay. Like I said, I haven't been here for, worked on this for a couple weeks, or 5 weeks. So, I don't know where all my tools went. So, I can't find my end wrench. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay. No, not 3/4. Let's try a different size. Five eighths. There we go. 5/8. So get this tight. So this isn't the only project I've been working on. I also have I don't have any heat in this shop. So to make it more comfortable, I bought a Resnor heater that's set up on natural gas, and I converted it to propane, and we've been having problems getting it to run. I was hoping to have the thing installed by now, but it hasn't happened. All right. So anyway, I've been working on that. We've been getting it to run now. It's just not staying running. It's not, takes a while to turn on. And it takes a little bit for it to, takes a while for it to start, and then it doesn't want to stay on. So I've been working on shop heat as well. Let's go over here. There we go. So right there, you can see, I was going to check antifreeze, but I found out that the level is too low. Yeah, and I take my ring off when I work with electrical. I have been burnt. I don't like it, so I take it off. Let's see. I think we're about ready to start this thing. Should be able to just set everything down. I don't know if the battery's still good. It has a maintainer. The guy that built this tractor, he put a maintainer on inside the battery lid. So all you have to do is pop the cover off and plug it in. Let's make sure it's neutral in case that starter's funny. Touch it and okay. So I think we're ready to start it. Get back over here. Handshake. Come around to the back. Remember which switch. Which switch does what? He's got one switch for ignition and one for the fan, or for the fuel pump. Excuse me. Nope, that's fuel pump. Okay. Still neutral. Might have to choke it a little bit. Here we go. Oh. It helps to turn the fuel on. So do that. Turn the pump on. The pump only does 3 psi. Here we go. Well, that's not good. Hey, we got it! We did it! Oh, shoot. Like I said, it's been, let's see, it's been 7 weeks. Won this 7 weeks ago, the first week in October. I got to play with it at the tractor pull, and then at the last day, I started having problems. Like I said, I didn't build this tractor, so I didn't know what I was looking to get into, trying to figure out what was wrong with it. So, I mean, it's not a huge victory, but it's been a toy I couldn't play with. And without having enough spare time between work and school for our daughter and family life, trees and fences and cows, oh my. Yeah. Well, I think I can finish putting it back together. Let's try this again. That was so much fun. Pump, ignition, starter. that's just a good feeling right there. Let's see what else we got to do. Should put the air cleaner on before I forget. Turn that to the inside. That's the ugly side. There we go. Grab a screwdriver. So yeah, so this tractor's still dirty. He stored in the shop. Looks like I need to clean air filters sometime. Yeah, look at all that. Tap on it. I don't know if you can see this here, but there's some junk falling out of it. There's some more. So, yeah, sometime we'll get this cleaned up, polish her up. And it's got beautiful pinstriping on it. So, I mean, why wouldn't you? What else do we need to do? We need to tighten up battery cables. We got 2 nuts here for the charger. Don't get these backwards, right? We'll do that. We better get those tightened up first. Yeah, we're not going to get to take this outside today. Getting close to dinner time, and we're pretty well, what do you call it? We like to eat on time, I guess, is all I can come up with. There we go. That's 1. 2. So the only thing I'm not going to put on here for storage purposes is the weight bracket. I don't know if see what you can see. Not too high. Oh, there we go. So right here is where he had the weight bracket, both sides. But it turns out, which I wasn't paying attention when I took it off and hauled it home, these bolts also hold the front bolster in place, the steering gear box. So by the time we got home, this had slid out a ways, and I had to jack it up and shove it back in and get the bolts started. And these bolts are all the way in. They're snug. It's just still got to put the weight bracket on. But again, I'm not going to do that until well, probably till spring. Again, for storage purposes, I take the weight bracket off so it'll so it'll fit in the shop. I don't have a lot of room, so let's see. Do that. So there's no provision for that to stick out, so let's just hang that there. And while we're here, I think we'll put some antifreeze in this thing. Slide that back up. There we go. Boy, this thing has a snappy throttle load, doesn't it? Can't remember what governor he said put on it, but man, that thing just, you crack that throttle, that thing is jumping. Oh, new tractors require new things. You got something nice. I mean, like I said, this thing's dirty, but I don't want to get antifreeze all over. So let me find the funnel. Okay, got the funnel. Now I watched the temperature gauge when I was pulling. It never got hot, even on the back-to-back hooks. But you know, it was first weekend of October. It was cooler out, but not seeing anything yet. But because this is new to me tractor, I had to check one other tractor this before it got real cold, and then I remembered, oh, I got this one too. Let's go check it. It's like, there's nothing in the radiator. At least nothing high up. Nothing I can get my tester to touch. I've put about a half gallon in so far. And I am not. Holy cow. So this is 50/50 cheap stuff from Wally World. You can hear it there. Now, did you see where I put my tester? Oh, right here on the floor. Okay, I'm not going to test it because I know it's 50/50, but let's see if we get the, oh yeah, we got the hose wet. We're not too far. Let's see if it blow bubbles. Oh yeah, we blew bubbles. Well, so far, I need to set this down. Yeah, so the 50/50 mix is good to -45, but until I run it and get it all mixed up, get it warm, which maybe I'll do that. I think I'll open the doors up, I'll fire it up, I'll let it run for a little bit. And we'll see what the temperature is, or what the, well, then we have to let it cool, don't we? All right, well, I'm gonna run it. I'll open the doors. I'll get that checked out. Boy, I hope this was somewhat informative, or at least entertaining to watch. Yeah. Like I said, let me know what you guys are working on down in the comments. It was interesting to see what other people are working on and hear from people. And I guess after I run this, we'll let it cool off. I'll come back out sometime, and then I will test the antifreeze, make sure it's good. And until then, we'll see you next time. Have a great evening, and thanks for watching. Bye.